To create questions for your Open Labyrinth case, you need to be on the case that you want to edit, and on the left-hand side, scroll down until you find questions. Click questions, and here are some that I've already made, and we're going to make some from scratch. So on the top right-hand corner, we're going to choose Add Question. This is a drop down that will tell you all the different types of question that you can make on Open Labyrinth. We don't have experience with all of these as we haven't tried them out, but the main ones that we like to use are single line text entry and multi-line text entry. So that's actually a text box that the students can type in. Multiple choice questions, so there are multiple answers that might be correct, for example, different treatment options. Pick choice, there's only one correct answer of all the options given, and drag and drop, so various phrases that students have to put in an order. So for our first question, I'm going to choose a pick choice. And it comes up with STEM, so new question for this case and STEM. And my question example is, do you think these clinical signs are related? And then here are some options that we need to choose. So show answer to user, and I want them to be able to see the different answers that I give. Layout of answers, I'm going to choose horizontal. Show submit button, it doesn't matter whether or not there's a submit button present. If the student engages with the question, it should save onto the software. However, in my experience, students like to be able to click a button to say that they have finished answering that question. One try allowed is fine, and general feedback. So if I leave this feedback, if I write something in here, for example, I write the correct answer, this will be visible to the students at the very, very end of the case in their user analytics report. So it's not visible straight away, it's only visible at the end. So I could write some feedback in there. Then I need to add some responses. So I'm going to have yes as a response, and no as a response. I could have more. And then if I actually want to be able to give the students some feedback straight away, I can have a plus, I can have a positive or a negative symbol appear. So if I click response next to where I've typed my answer, I can write some actual feedback. So I could write this is the correct answer, or I could say why it's correct, yes, because X plus Y, etc. I can then click the correct button, and what will happen is a green tick will appear next to this answer once the student clicks it. For my no option, I'm going to put try again, or review your notes or something like that, and I'm going to say that it's incorrect, which will have a red cross appear. If I choose neutral, then no symbol will appear. I'm going to click Save Changes, and then what happens is once I've created a question is I get given an embeddable code for this question. So here's the embeddable code for the question that I've just written, and what I need to do is copy and paste this onto the node that I want the question to appear on. So if I do Control C, go to the node that I want it to appear on, and I want it to appear on the outcome of option 1 node, for example. I need to scroll up to the top, Control V, or paste the question in there and save my changes. Then if I play through the case, I'll show you what the question looks like. I don't remember which one I put it on. Nope. Here it is. So here's the question, and if the students choose the right answer, which in this case is yes, it will give them a tick and this is the correct answer, or any other feedback that I want to give. If they chose no, it would have come up with a red cross and try again.